Hi guys, welcome to my channel, and today we are talking about people born on March 13. So if you know somebody born on March 13, go ahead and forward it to them. If this is you, stay tuned and please be sure to like, comment, and share. March 13th, first things first, not the greatest with financing. Um, they're not often without, but they are the type of people to really, as much deposits as they make, they also make corresponding withdrawals. Okay. Um, they do afford their lifestyle where they're at, and a lot of times end up working really hard to bring more of what they enjoy into their life. But yeah, they may probably do well with somebody who's better with finances, so that means they can actually gain because they make the amount of money, or they have the ability to really increase their financial situation, but they make deposits and they make withdrawals. um, Another thing about March 13 people is they really don't ask you about your personal business. And in turn, it's like an unspoken rule of don't ask me about mine. So, yeah, don't ask them about their business because they really don't ask you too much personal details about your life. Now, if you tell them, that's a different story. Um, and they may open up to somebody who is a bit more vulnerable with them about things that they may be experiencing on another level. And it doesn't have to be in a romantic relationship or nothing. It's all about your energy with March 13 people as to how vulnerable they will be with you. Very seldom do it happen with people like this. This is like, I'll get to that. I know exactly where. I'll expand some more on that. Now, March 13th, be careful what you say, because it's almost like you have a manifesting tongue. And a lot of times you're not aware of the manifesting tongue that you have. So it comes off as, making predictions or kind of speaking things into existence. And it does happen. It does reveal itself. And you're like, you see, I told you so. But even you do not realize the power of what you're saying. You can manifest things just as easy as you can dream. Now, some of you might be wondering, well, why the hell haven't I manifested being a millionaire? Or why the hell haven't I manifested this really great love relationship, blah, 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 blah. Because remember, manifestation is all about, it's not so much what you say, but it is the energy you put out into the universe that corresponds. So if what you're saying is matching the energy that you're feeling, then you're beginning to manifest. So with March 13 people, they have very small windows of things. So in a moment that they say something or they wish something, in that very moment they feel it very strongly and they express their thoughts on it, and it's very likely that that can come through. So a lot of times when people say I want $1 million, you don't really have the feeling that you are a millionaire already, so less likely to manifest it. Okay, so all in all, March 13 people, be careful what you say. A lot of things that you can sort of speak into existence, and this goes for negative things too. If you believe a lot of negative thoughts about yourself, though this happens for most other people, with March 13, your connection, your subconscious connection to the universal energies happens a lot faster than most of us. Okay, so negative or positive, the universe doesn't really recognize that. It's gonna give you what you ask for. Okay, so pay attention to your subconscious. Goals of March 13. One of the goals that you have is to really speak to people that benefit from what you have to say. And you have a story. A lot of people born on March 13 have come from some very traumatic beginnings, or you've experienced things that the average person would say, I don't think I would have survived that. And quite realistically, they probably wouldn't have. One of the reasons why you, March 13, experience these things is because it is meant to build your courage. This is also where you find your pride from, which means you can look back and say that you've overcome this, or you've overcome that, or you've survived this. And there's a sense of pride that you experience, and it's not egotistical. It's more of something that you can use for your internal courage. Okay. And another reason why it's also important for you to pay attention to the things that you really do experience in your earlier years is a lot is rooted in faith for you. It is important that you believe in something, and it doesn't have to be religious, but it definitely has to have some kind of spiritual bond. And that may look very different for different people. We all connect very differently when it comes to what I consider to be spiritual connection versus what somebody else may consider to be that spiritual connection. But for you, March 13, you need to figure out how is it that you can connect spiritually and really build that, because a lot of things that you experience, you're really going to revert back to faith is what got you through. So finding out what is the faith that you talk about, what is this thing that you believe in. It could be people, it could be people, that people are always in the right places at the right time to get you out. It could be nature. It could be that when you are around nature, that's where you feel more free. It could be various things, but it's upon you to really explore what is it that for you is that that spiritual growth and where you feel more spiritually connected. The traumatic events that you experience are vital to your growth. Now, for a lot of other people, we can say our experiences is where our lessons are. For you, March 13, your experiences are merely a trigger in the direction of your lesson. Okay, I'm going to say that again. Your experiences, your traumatic experiences, your life challenging experiences, they are merely a trigger for the direction that you need to go in. Okay, so that's very different from most other people. And what that means is whenever something traumatic happens, or when you experience something that's challenging for you, you need to pay attention to what you feel, what you're thinking, what changes come to you to make. Oftentimes you don't really make those changes, but you feel it deep down that you know what, and it may be a loss. It may be that you experienced the loss of somebody. It may be that you moved from here. It may be the end of a relationship. It may be, just anything really that impacted you on a emotional level, that it moved you or it caused some distress or something to that effect. And I don't really like to consider these things to be negative, but if we're speaking in terms of people being happy or sad, some would consider it negative or positive. For you, all of these experiences are really meant to have a positive impact in you, as traumatic as it may seem. Even though you have this intuitiveness and you have this manifesting town, this isn't the lifetime to truly experience metaphysics or to experience anything in the psychic world or stuff like that. Really, this lifetime for you is all about these experiences that happen and these windows that triggers for you to move forward and to evolve. So because you find the human mind kind of amazing or in awe of the things that people could kind of think of, or they could create, or they can do, you can get sidetracked with looking into theories of metaphysics or things that don't really have to do with this introspective part of you, or to have to do with your experiences and inspiring growth in that sense. So be careful with what you get sidetracked with. That there is more. And I've said this before, I'm saying it again, because you oftentimes feel like either a conversation, whether it would be a counselor or with somebody that is outside of your regular circle, because you may not talk to those people. What you're experiencing and what you're feeling deep down inside, they're not on that level and they don't know that part of you. So when you have this feeling, it is highly important that you seek the guidance, the information, without getting sidetracked into something else. Okay? Because like I said, it's very easy for you to become sidetracked. Okay, so that's all that I have for March 13th, people. Like, comment, share, and go subscribe to my channel.